going to have Boots and Jeans Riders on the show today. Can't wait for it. They're husband and wife duo that travel all across the country on their Honda Goldwings. So right now, let me know down in the chat where you're watching from, and I have a couple quick announcements that I need to make. First off, this stream is sponsored by Eagle Lights, as you can see, so I want to give a big shout out to them. At the end of the stream, we'll be giving away a set of front and rear turn signals, which will be absolutely awesome, free of charge, so thank you to them. And then also, Daytona is coming up, and it's coming up quick. Going to be going on my first Iron Butt ride. I'll be there from March 9th to the 11th, and then on the 12th, I'll be heading out to Georgia to meet up with Robert Simmons, do a practice session there. So if you're going to be at either two of those events, let me know. And then also, if you're not in the Facebook group, go on to Facebook, search Jogo Motorcycle Adventures, and enter into the group. We'd love to have you. And then lastly, I don't know if you guys know, but I do have a merch store, and I think tomorrow everything's going to be 20% off. So if you just go to my website, it's right down there below me right there, jogomotorcycleadventures.com. Click on the merch tab and go in there and get you something nice. So right now we're going to end up bringing in Boots and Jeans Rider, but of course we got to do it the right way. So let's go ahead and roll the intro. Oh, wrong screen here, but we'll get you in there, Cake. Sorry. Rich and Kake, what is going on? How you guys doing today?
We're doing good.
Hanging in there.
Well,
hanging in there.
Yeah.
Probably wondering why we're on separate screens, but
yeah, so they're a little sick, and I still appreciate you guys coming on. It's real troopers. Let's go ahead into the comments and see who we got in here. We got Just GQ, New Orleans. What's up, brother?
Hey, happy Mardi Gras.
Actually, Mardi Gras in New Orleans today.
Yeah.
Andy Schultz, always good to see you. We have Karen. I know Karen was excited about this. She set her reminder for it. We got 1011 Trucking. They're here.
We know them very well. They
awesome.
They are actually, I know the last picture they was north something, but I know they out of Georgia. I don't know where they are now.
Okay. All right. So with you guys coming in here, let's just hop into the first question here. So for some of the people that don't know about you guys, why don't you just tell a little bit about yourselves and what your YouTube channel is all about?
Go ahead, Rich. You can tell them.
The problem with being in separate rooms. Okay, we know each other. She used to call me her husband. I used to call her my wife. But our YouTube channel basically is everything motorcycles. We didn't start a YouTube channel until 2019, even though we've been traveling the country. I think started 2015, so 4 years before we started our YouTube channel. And our YouTube channel is very, very versatile. We did not want to get pigeonholed into one specific thing, even though there's a lot of things that we really love doing. Our strong passion is the travel part of the channel, and hope to inspire others to get out there and do the things and see the things that places we've been and seen. Even though we have a lot of different parts of our channel that does extremely well, we just very big into the travel part of it and going out there and living our life to the fullest. In fact, I say it a lot. That's the type of videos I like more than anything. We call them life videos, and people out there enjoying things and doing stuff. You know, there's a saying that goes, life is too short. We kind of switched it around and say, no, life is too long to sit around and wait for people to do things.
Right.
Because you're talking about life is too short. What if you live to be 90 years old and never do nothing in your life? And you say, man, longer than I thought it was. So the YouTube channel is about it's all things motorcycle instead of just pigeonhole into one thing. So you want to add anything? I see you sniffing. I don't think she can do anything.
I'm going to hang in there. I may not talk much, but I'm going to hang in there and see.
All right. Hey, Rich, your audio is getting a little fuzzy there again. Just so you know, it's
Try
getting a little
turning
tough to.
try turning the volume down.
I've done that already.
So,
There you go. It quieted down a little bit.
Part of my voice fluctuation. I don't know.
Yeah. No, we're good. We'll roll with it. But okay, yeah. Make sure you guys check out their channel. I stumbled across them, and they have some really awesome stuff on their channel. And actually, in fact, I have the video
Oh, you
where
said
I accidentally ran into you guys in North Carolina.
yeah,
So
I remember that.
let's go ahead and roll that, and
Run it.
try not to laugh at me because I am a total noob when I met them, and it's not that good. So let's roll it. My name's Jogo. I don't even know where I'm heading right now. But
Who you gonna meet with, brother?
I'm gonna go meet with Robert Simmons.
That's right.
paying it forward.
Paying it forward.
Y'all know he gonna be a super. I hope it's coming out. A super good slow rider. That's what it's all about. Anybody can ride a bike fast, but you got to be on your P's and Q's to ride it in slow.
Preload and keep it loaded.
Yeah.
That was a little new there. So, but it was kind of cool because I ran into you and I ran into Moto Ramblings. So
Yeah.
that was my first encounter with YouTubers. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, he was touring us around on that particular day, and you know, I know you mentioned this, or some people mentioned this on your last live chat there with Traveling Tall, and I mentioned this to you when we talked, and I just want to put it out on the air so people can know this, how fantastic your channel is, and how it's growing quick, very quick. Because on that day, I may have the numbers wrong. That was about a year ago. On that day, you
Yeah.
had 79, maybe 76 subscribers. And look at you now, brother. Man,
Yeah.
man. And last time we talked, I was saying when I was doing the YouTube thing, depending on how many videos you're putting out, how many people you run into, it's kind of hard to watch everybody subscribe to. And the minute I see Joe put up a video, bam, I'm on it. I'm on it. And for somebody to get 3,000 subscribers in a year, congratulations, brother. You're doing your thing.
Hey man, I definitely appreciate that. You guys put out some awesome content as well, and it's just awesome to grow with you guys. I mean, it's awesome. Okay, so let's see what we got here in the comments here. I think Karen's laughing at me here off of that video.
We've been looking forward to this all day. Thank you.
Yeah. And then just GQ says it really is great channel. Appreciate that, GQ. Okay, so now let's go ahead and roll on into the next question that I have for you. So, what exactly got you into riding motorcycles, and how long have you been riding?
I've always wanted to ride a motorcycle.
You know I'm about to bust that up, right, Kate?
I used to ride on the back of the motorcycle with my uncle while
Mm.
he rode down on one wheel. So he was popping the wheelie with me on the back of the motorcycle.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So
Okay.
from there on, I wanted to ride my own bike.
You know I'm about to bust that up?
I just didn't tell Rich
Yeah, okay.
till
Well,
years later.
that story I know is true, but we didn't know each other at the time because we hung out with the same circle. We grew up in the same location, went to the same high school, hung out with the same people racing bikes on the back of a street in New Orleans. And that was, well, we met, so that had to be like in the 70s, right, Kate? So we
Yeah.
met in the 80s. So that had to be back in the 70s. And we didn't know each other. Fast forward, I actually started riding when my younger brother taught me to ride. No courses, no class, anything. But fast forward, when we both started riding at the same, I got some background riding when I was in the Navy, when I was on a police department and all that stuff. But when we started riding together, it was a birthday party we was having. So we was going, bring one of our friends an invitation. And we saw the motorcycle in his garage. And so we started talking about, yeah, we was going to buy these, what was it, Kate? The Honda
The
Silver
scooters, the
and we
Silverway.
the pipes and put all our Harley gear on and go to the rink and with all our stuff on and 110 truck, you know what I'm talking. I mean, one, I see 110 truck. They know
10,
what
11.
they used to hang out with us in California, and everybody would say, "Oh, y'all got this," and they were gonna come outside and see scooters. So my friend said, "Nah, man, you don't need no scooter. Go on and ride motorcycle." Kate looked and said, "Yeah, I always wanted to ride a motorcycle." And I looked at her and said, "Nah, come on now. We're gonna get a 500 years. You never told me you wanted to ride a motorcycle ever." So I told her, if you go take the course up, the safety course, we'll buy your motorcycle. Okay, somebody come in here now.
So I signed both of us up.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I had a lot more experience. Well, let's put it like this: time under my seat, and I went to the class kind of big-headed, thinking, no, this is a basic riding course. They're not going to teach me anything. I've been trained by professionals, blah, blah, blah. All this kind of stuff was going through my head. And when I got in the course, I was grateful that I took it. I mean, it was what I like about the basic riding course is, and anybody who's done it, your instructor should be telling you this. If they don't tell you this, run from this course. They are teaching you the safety aspects of riding more than really trying to teach you how to ride. But for the most part, the course is so easy and is basically, depending on where you're taking it at, is a weekend or basically 2 days or 3 days, I forget the number of days course. But they focus so much on motorcycle safety. I was impressed. And one of the instructors there, I don't know if you remember when Kate was retired Fremont.
right. Yeah, I remember.
So that's kind of what really got us into heaven. And of course, I had some background motorcycles from different agencies.
Then
Right,
I
right.
started off. My first bike was a Honda Shadow Arrow, 2015
Okay.
750. And then I graduated to JetBlue,
The hissing sound.
Goldwing.
Yeah. Which you finally just got back, which is
True, yes. I just got it back about a
Yeah.
week ago. No,
Oh.
last week.
And let me
Yeah,
ask you
so-
before you go on, Joe, because I know somebody the hissing sound. Did it go away just now? Because I turned the computer down a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perfect now.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. I think my speaker was actually too loud. It wasn't my mic.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, as long as we got it fixed.
Oof.
All right. Karen
Yeah.
says, Cake, hope your sniffles clear up soon.
Thank you. Me too.
Oh, good.
You know why
got
I
a
hope they
heck.
clear up, Cake? You know why I hope they clear up? Because
Why?
all that's missing is it makes her blush every time. She know what I'm about to sing, but I'm not going to sing it.
Anyway.
We got our
Hold on.
we got our local resident heckler coming in, riding and wrenching.
I'm about to say he's starting already.
Oh, he's starting. Yeah, he did. That's what he
Let
said.
me clear this up for you,
Let the
Q.
heckling begin.
Let me clear this up for you, Q. Not the engines, brother.
If it ain't a road glide, Q doesn't care what it is. He's gonna make fun of it. So
Yeah, he just came from that fantastic course that he done, and I think he's took the road glide. Oh, he did the street glide down there.
he took the street glide down there because he knew it was the better bike. So
But the best bike is a Honda Goldwing 1011. Gonna get y'all one.
Just GQ wants to know, will you guys be down for Daytona?
No,
No.
No.
Not gonna make
Okay.
Look,
I wish. In
Yeah,
fact,
that's a pretty far one.
we-
yeah.
I don't know if everybody remember, we supposed to be on the road now, but we supposed to be on the road when we went out last time for 6 months to a year. We had to come back home because we had an incident in the family, and we've been home ever since. So we hopefully get back out mid-March or beginning of April and just travel the entire country again and meet everybody. So hopefully that happens.
Okay. Yeah. Miss Jenny said she watched the video of getting your bike back, Cake, and she says it was a good video, good lessons too.
Thank you. Oh my
right.
goodness, y'all.
All right.
We gonna need a do-over, y'all.
It's all right. You want me to bring in Rich for this next question and give you a quick break?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. We'll switch over to Rich right now.
Oh, my
All
goodness.
right, Rich. We got the next question for you. All right. Why do you prefer Goldwings over Harley Davidsons? Because I know you've rode both before, but why do you prefer the Goldwing?
To be honest, I give you two different answers. When we got into Goldwing, it was no preference. We got into Goldwing based on like the story I tell you about the guy who and I told Kate to go. She go take a class, then we'll buy a motorcycle. He happened to have a Goldwing motorcycle for sale. That was actually guys, and that was a 1500. It was a huge bike compared to the 1800s. Kate couldn't get it off the kickstand. That's how I got the Goldwing. However, once we got into Goldwings, the smoothness of it. Now this bike was it had 124,000 miles when I got it, and I didn't know what the previous owner done with the bike, so I was kind of afraid to really take it across country. But we rode up and down California. I think done a 4-state tour around the area. The bike performed flawlessly, and that's what got us into Goldwing. Now, what made us stay in a Goldwing and not go back to Harley Davidson was Kate had a Honda Shadow that we rode. She rode cross country, I think 3 times already. And then when she was going to get it serviced, she called me and said, "Hey, there's a brand new Goldwing in here. You need to come check it out." And I'm like, "No, I'm not ready for a new bike," because I was thinking about getting a Victory, because I know the Victory you can remove the trunks when Victory was still. You guys remember that, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I'll say, well, I wanted a V twin. I wasn't against Harley going back getting a Harley. I don't know if you remember what the Harley Davidson I had. I don't think people ride them anymore. Mine was Electric Glide, because everybody talking about road glide, street glide. Electric Glide was what I was trained on, what I was great at. Done all my stuff on Electric Glide, so I knew the performance of the Harley Davidson. But this is way back when. So anyway, I go into the shop and I said, "Well, I'm not ready to buy a new bike yet." And she pointed it out, the current bike that I have now, Big Easy. And I was like, "Well, hey man, I don't have good credit. I don't have time to bull around. I already got to go in. What can I do to get this bike?" And the guy said, "Well, let me go talk to my manager, like every dealer do." And they slap high fives, and he come out there pretending like he giving me a big bargain. And eventually I bought that bike and just got stuck on Goldwings. Now, there's rumors, or I guess you can say, just like any other bike, there's the reliability of the Goldwing. And for me, I love the reliability of it. Regardless of what anybody say, I truly believe all bikes have their problems. But the reliability, what I mean, is very, very subjective, because imagine you being a new rider. You just bought your first bike. I don't care what it is. Pick the bike. And you go out riding, and one small thing break down. It's not the engine. Let's say your brakes wear out quickly, or your light turn off and it's turning to get night. Whatever the case may be, a new rider may say, "Well, this bike is not reliable." I don't care what bike it is. This is not a reliable bike. So when you're talking about specific reliability, that's why I say it's subjective. Goldwing does have the reliability behind it for as the engine concern, because you guys see what happened when my GPS stopped. Man, I was ready to just push that thing off a bridge, but it wasn't something that left me stranded. I could easily get around without GPS. So I think, to make this answer a little longer, this is why we prefer Goldwings. And I would not say over Harley Davidson. We just prefer Goldwings.
Okay.
Make sense?
Okay. Yeah, let's bring you back in here, Cake. All right. There we go.
Cake, I like talking. You can't do that again.
I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed to Goldwings. I actually want to try and do a demo ride this year, but I know you guys said sometimes it's tough you have to like make an appointment in advance, which is kind of crazy to me if you ask me, but hey, All right, let's see if we got
You're
some.
trying to sell a new bike, and what I do love about Harley Davidson, I could go there right now and say, "Hey, I want to test ride one of these bikes," like that.
Because they have
Right.
so many in stock.
Yeah.
They can allow you to
Yeah.
ride it. They don't. The gold wings don't come in stock like that. Because soon
Yeah.
as they come in, they're gone.
Yeah,
Okay.
when the 2018 first came out, we put our name on two different dealer lists, and they hadn't had the bikes in unless you was purchasing it immediately. Then they would order your bike. So what they were doing is saying when we get our test ride bikes in, we give you a call. By then, I just forgot about it. I just
Yeah.
forget it. I'm not going to purchase a new bike anyway. I just want to test ride, and that was a DCT. Um,
Okay.
I
They
really
be,
loved riding a DCT the two times I rode one.
Honda's usually at Americade with the gold wing, but you got to sign up real early to test ride it there.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think about that DCT, Rich? Since you wrote it,
I,
that's got to be a little weird.
I when I first got on it, it was at Americade. I was at using Craig Hainsworth DCT. When I
Right.
first got on it, I was grabbing the clutch, hitting the brake, and trying to control it, and it kind of threw me off for a second. This was on the grass. Once I got on the asphalt, I decided to do some tight turns on it before I go right on the street. Once I got on the street, I reached for the clutch several times, and then I got used to it. And I started putting it through his modes and riding through his modes, and I really loved it. And I was saying, I don't know, because my thought process was this: are the DCT owners really full of crap, or they just saying that it's just that great to justify the price of the bike? And after riding, I said, "Wow, this is a great bike." And I was telling Cake that, "Hey, this may be my next bike." An hour after leaving Americade, because when we was camping, we was an hour away. We was in what state, Cake? New Hampshire.
New
We was
Hampshire.
in New Hampshire. We was an hour away. An hour after that, when we stopped at a gas station, I had to make a really quick tight turn, and because the gas pump was broken, I made the turn, got to the other pump, and right then I said, "I don't think I want a DCT." I like the sixth gen, and that may change over time. I like the sixth generation bike, but I really love manipulating the clutch. I really love that, and
Right.
I've seen DCT owners could really make tight turns also, but I didn't really want to have to learn nothing new. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, there's actually I've seen some videos on that DCT where the clutch has been going out because some people are out there practicing slow speed stuff with the DCT, and they're burning the clutch out, and they don't. Uh, the dealership actually doesn't want to, like, they're saying you're misusing the bike, so they don't want to fix it when they burn out that clutch.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's something to think about too. So, okay, let's see what we get here. Riding and wrenching says, "How tall is Rich? Does his knee hit the lower phalanx?"
I'm about this tall, Q. I am five. No, I'm 7'2".
Dang.
1011 truck, you know what I'm talking about. I am 5'9" on good days and 5'10" on better days. And my knee
Okay.
does not hit the fairing.
Hugh, I'm the same height, man. I mean, if you're making fun of him, you're making fun of me too. All right. Let's move on to the next question I have for you. So, you guys go on these famous bikecations. So, for the people that don't know exactly what that is, what exactly is a bikecation?
It's a vacation on your bike, riding your motorcycle cross country for what 6 months to a year
Yeah, right.
or less.
It's just a vacation on a bike, regardless of how long you're gone. You know, it's a terminology we came up from when we was with a different group, and it was called Skatecation. And Kate came up with Bikecation. I like that sounds great.
Okay.
So when people talking about, and we have another one. When people talking about going on a motorcycle vacation, we always say Bikecation. And when they talk about a motorcycle bucket list, we call it a motorcycle bucket list.
Right.
Oh, nice.
So
That's good. Yeah, I can definitely get on board with that bikecation. I guess I'm going on a mini bikecation when I'm heading out to Daytona, but I want to go
You don't know
on a
iron butt there.
bikecation. Yeah, I'm gonna end up doing an iron butt there. Looks like the weather's gonna hold out for me, so we'll see what
Okay.
happens. Fingers crossed. Okay, so then that'll lead me into my next question. So what made you guys start wanting to go on these bikecations? Just go for long periods at a time.
Her.
Me. Because we should have done it long time ago. Every time we ride and we see, because it's a difference when you're on traveling somewhere in the airplane, because it gets you there and you're only in that one location where you've landed. But when you're riding on your bike, you see the oohs and ahs and the beauty of the country as you ride and cross it. And it's just a joy. You don't get to see that on the plane. You see it, looking down, but it's not as enjoyable as when you're riding on your bike cross country.
Yeah, and for us, we always been travelers. I mean,
Right.
even in our early years, we've been to, I lost count, probably over 45
Many,
countries.
many countries.
And we love traveling. And our minimum used to be 7 days that we would go to a country. Now we made it 10 days. And one of the things for the motorcycle is concerned is we were riding down the coast. We were doing a California coastal ride all the way down to San Diego and then back up from Northern California to Southern California. And we ran into a couple from Australia.
Right.
They flew in from Australia, purchased bikes in Chicago, and they rode Route 66 to California. And we ran
Hmm.
until they was headed up to um,
San
San
Francisco
Francisco to sell the bikes,
and
get
fly
back
back
on the
to
plane, and
Australia.
fly back to Australia. And Cake and I was on the motorcycles at the time, and the female rider looked at Cake, and she just lost it. Like, oh, I don't see too many female riders. Man. So then we found out their story. We were like, wait a minute, we live in the United States. We haven't rode Route 66 yet. The beginning of us just going across country and riding, but we always been travelers. So and
Right.
once we got hooked on the bikes, it was a no brainer. This is the way we want to do it. I mean, we still don't take vacation flying out the country, but the bike is kind of like, man, it's a fantastic, beautiful country. We got to go see it all. I mean, every single thing, and it's a different perspective when you out actually riding it. A lot of people think that if you're trailing your bike, oh, that's not the way to ride. No, no, no. None of that matters. You trail it, trail it. But
Right.
when you get to your location, oh man, see as many roads as you can. This is a beautiful country. They got so many things that to see and so many places to go that it's unbelievable. And we decided to never travel any other way. In fact, we have no more primary vehicle. Our primary mode of transportation are our motorcycles. Of course, we have kids that we borrow their car if we need them, but that's our primary source of transportation.
Okay. So you guys don't even have a car. You guys borrow your kid's car. It's
Yeah.
just straight motorcycle.
Yes.
That's awesome. I mean,
Honey.
you can kind of get away with that being out in California, but if I tried doing that out in Ohio, I'd be screwed. I'd be off 6 months out of the year.
Well, we had a video out one time. It was called Where Would You Move? What was the name of the video, Cake?
Yeah. Where
We
would
would
you
move
live?
to if it wasn't. I know if it wasn't for what? Where would you move? And for us, it was about the motorcycle part also. Where would we move if it wasn't for what? And for us, it was snow. If it wasn't for snow, we'd have moved Colorado in a heartbeat because all the motorcycle roads and fantastic stuff they have in Colorado.
Right.
And our second choice was Florida.
Florida.
If it wasn't for the
If it
heat.
wasn't for the heat,
Yeah,
we were in Florida.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mainly the humidity, right? Because that
Yeah.
humidity gets pretty disgusting
Yeah.
out there.
Yes.
We
And
from New Orleans, born and raised in New Orleans, but our body acclimated to California. And so every
Okay.
time we go down south, it's like a whole new experience for us again. It's like, oh, you got to be kidding. We grew up in this stuff.
Right. Right. Let's see if got anybody in the chat here.
That's what I'm looking at now.
All right. Wow, you can do that in Cali. I'm not 100% sure what he's saying. Oh, probably the only the motorcycle.
yeah.
Well, depending on which part of Cali, because we're everywhere. It gets cold, but it don't snow. You go to further
Okay.
northern Cali, obviously got snow up there. And then if you go to Lake Tahoe area, which is California and Nevada at the same time, it's snow
Okay.
in that area also. But where we live, yes, you can ride
Okay.
without a car.
Miss Jenny said we did a 5-day Bikecation and it was awesome. However, we found that a 350-mile day filled with cities, winding roads, traffic, and heat, that day wiped us out. Yeah, for sure. I can attest to that. I mean, you doing 350 miles in the city and just back roads compared to doing 350 miles on the freeway, it's night and day. Night and day difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for
That's
us,
why we take our time. Traffic, if we get stuck in other city traffic, we just pull over and enjoy that area till the traffic die down. Because stopping and going, and you can't split lanes in other states, makes
Right.
it hard.
Okay. Yeah, that brings up an interesting point. Do you guys lane split out in California?
oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So
We clip mirrors.
it's mirror clippers. That was going out. Like hoops, like, and we have wide bikes, and we know it's a touchy subject with people, and we definitely
Right.
can understand because if you're not used to it, it's scary, and if vehicles not used to seeing motorcycles coming down the lane anyway, they may not move out your way.
Right.
So when people
Right.
ask the question, we was on another live chat. I forget who it was. They asked the question about other states lane splitting, and I said, if another state make it legal, I still don't think I'll be comfortable doing it there unless they had it going on for 5 years or more. Because
Right.
prior to California making it legal, it's been widely accepted in California for years, and they just made it legal. And from a legal standpoint, if you get into an accident, because I had to look this up to make sure. If you get into an accident, it's neither your fault or the vehicle fault. It's up to the officers to investigate it and find out who's at fault. Because just because you splitting doesn't mean a car is required to get over. Now,
Okay.
to prove that the car came over intentionally, well, it's a different story. But we
Right.
would do it out of state. And we went in, we was heading to Louisiana one time, and my cousin called and said, hey, where you guys are? We was in Baton Rouge, which is an hour away from New Orleans. And
Mm.
we in Baton Rouge, we stuck in the traffic, it got traffic for miles and miles. And I said, hey, cuz, is lane splitting legal in Louisiana? Do they accept it? I knew it wasn't legal, but do they accept it? He said, no, but you can ride the shoulder, which can be equally as dangerous because of the debris on the shoulder. But once he told us ride the shoulder, we hit the shoulder, and we were like, and
Right.
as we're passing the accident, also just kind of waving like, just keep going, keep going. So I guess I would not do it unless it's acceptable and it's been acceptable for a while in a different state. Because in California, like I said, it's a hot topic. People say, well, that's dangerous. You're going to get killed. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. In California, depending on where you are, time of day, you can see vehicles actually really moving over. You have a big lane to go down. And us on big wide Goldwings, we can do it on Goldwings. It doesn't matter what bike you're riding. If it's not wide as that Goldwing, oh, you good to go.
Okay.
Except now that it's legal, some people have made it extremely dangerous, just riding like idiots, going all over the place.
Right.
Going
Right. Right.
from number one to number two and three and back and forth. And they just abuse it. I doubt they ever take it away, but it just kind of makes it bad for motorcycles. So people don't like bikers anyway. They might say, well, I'm not going to let this guy come down here. They might do something stupid. And,
Right.
it's a touchy controversy. I don't blame people who don't do it, but don't be mad at me because I can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and then it's another thing too. It's a safety thing for your bike, so it doesn't start overheating too much. At least for my Harley,
Yeah,
Yeah.
go.
air
go.
cooled.
Gold wings don't
Okay.
overheat
Okay.
like
All
Harley
right.
does.
Well, they had the
Yeah.
2001 to 2006 had some heating problems. Some 2001 to 2006 wings had some heating problems, and they all had to get recalled, and they got fixed since then. I don't know.
It's fixed.
It is what it is.
Okay.
So they don't overheat.
Leland Carter says, I'm reminded of practice session number 2, the slow ride, when I'm lane splitting. I think he's referring over to Roberts. And yeah absolutely.
Yes, and there's a thing about it. If traffic going like 40 miles an hour, even though it's heavy traffic, we won't split. That's good enough for us to ride. If it come to a dead standstill, then we gone. These people don't realize when traffic's side by side, it's easier because the vehicles have nowhere to go. It's easier to
Right.
go side by side. It's when they're moving and then there's a gap and you splitting lanes, that vehicle might want to get into that gap and they don't see the motorcycle. So, so it depend on what we're doing, the speed. We got to points where motorcycle. I mean, we split the lanes and we riding, traffic is heavy, and we look down and we're doing 60. And we're like, hey, we need to stop this. Even though the traffic was heavy, the traffic was going 60. Let's get back into the lane and do what we should be doing. And
Right.
it's just common. We've been used to doing it for so long, and as we ride, you're like, okay, all we see is the heavy traffic, and we riding, and we say, wait a minute, we're going fast enough. We don't need to be out here. So why put yourself in unnecessary danger? Get back where you belong and do what you're going to do.
Right. Let's see what else we got here in the chat. I did see Finesse the Challenger. He came in. Check out his channel. He's on the other spectrum. He's on all Indians. So we got Goldwing, Indians, and then Harley.
Well, looking at your live chats, I don't think you had no other people except Harleys. So we're the first one outside of Harley. Am I correct?
Yes.
I knew you was gonna come to your senses soon.
And Cake is the first female that has been on the show. So congrats to that as well.
History. Hey. Hey.
Don't do that, baby. Hey, you
Just
mind
GQ.
if I jump into one of these things real quick, Joe? I ain't trying to take up the show, but I seen a question I thought about answering, but you had asked the question. And
Yeah, which question?
it was it went, what are the key features we should look for when searching for a motorcycle? Is 1011 trucking, and I think that's one that you can answer, Joe.
Okay.
Yeah, we turn this interview around now.
We're turning it around. All right, so I've had about 5 different bikes, 2 of them being Hondas. And then when I really started looking for a bike, my final bike for a while now, my Street Glide, honestly, I wasn't even really looking for anything. It all depends on exactly what your riding style is going to be, So if you're going to be going long distances and you want to be comfortable, you're obviously going to want the cruise control. And maybe, possibly, depends on if they let you test ride it, so you know that you like it. But I mean, if you're going long distances, you're definitely going to want a fairing. But if you're getting a Harley, like I did, then you have to put into account that you're going to have to spend a lot of money to get that thing ready for touring. I mean, windshield, highway bars, heated grips if you want it. There's just so many little things. Chances are you're gonna have to buy a new seat because all the stock seats are terrible, and that ain't no small fee. And then you got the suspension that you have to do. So if you're first starting out and you want to go touring, I would probably say just get a Goldwing or an Indian. Everything's already ready for you. But if you want to look cool when you're doing it and you got the money, then you can go ahead and get a Harley.
You need a separate bank account for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would agree with everything Joe said. That's the key features. The bike should fit you, obviously. If you can, both feet flat when you actually put both feet down, if you can. Something that's comfortable. I think comfortability is more than anything, because regardless of what bike you get, you're going to get used to it with enough, let's say, parking lot practice. For new riders who are looking at purchasing a bike, if you're looking at purchasing a bike, get something that you're going to be comfortable on, even if you do not plan on riding long distances, because a short 50-mile ride can beat you up just as much as a 350-mile ride if you're not comfortable on that bike.
Right.
Yep.
And just to say, the only thing I did to my Goldwing was got a custom seat, because I had to be pushed closer to the bars. Otherwise, the stock seat was comfortable, but it had me too far from the bars. I didn't have full control of my bike without sitting up on the gas tank. So once I got the custom seat, and it's a Corbin, so they made my rider seat smaller and my passenger seat bigger for my luggage. So yeah.
Only thing I hate about her custom seat is, to go back to a Q question, I can't ride her bike because now she got it pushed forward and my knees are actually hitting the fairing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Man,
I saw that seat in the last video. That's a good looking seat with the blue stitching in there and stuff. It
Yeah.
matches
It's
real
pretty
nice.
comfortable.
everybody like my bike. Look like her bike. They look at my bike. Say, "Oh yeah, okay, a big black Goldwing. So what?" They look at her bike. Whoa, that's pretty. I like the color. So
Yeah.
yeah, I remember
Yeah.
seeing your bike, the paint job on your bike. Yeah,
Yes, sir. I had to make it different, man. There's too many black street glides out there.
and that was
See?
your first time headed down to Robert, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
that was the very first time, and I've been there. Shoot, I think this will be my 5th time this year. So
Oh, wow.
yeah.
crazy.
Unfortunately, we was headed in that area, but it was on a Monday, and we almost didn't make it because of a storm. And we wound up meeting him that night, and he said, "Man, the course was yesterday." Like, hey, man,
Yeah, that weather stopped
I
us.
mean, fantastic guy. Outside of his course, for those who don't know him, outside of the course, I mean, just a down to earth, fantastic guy, and just treated us with like royalty. I mean, a lot of people we met have done that. If I
Yeah.
start
Mm,
shout out, I would hate to do shout out right now, be live without a note, because some people might get mad. Hey man, you forgot me. I'll forget you. We met a lot of fantastic people.
yeah. So Finesse the Challenger says cruise control and ABS everything. So my bike doesn't have the ABS, but so I can live without it. But cruise control for sure. That's a huge one.
Yeah, that's a biggie. That's a biggie.
Yeah.
'Cause even though we talked about comfortability of the seat and the windshield and all that stuff, uh, just be able to stretch your legs out a different plane and not have to worry about throttling and just cruise control. And obviously, you only really want to do cruise control on a freeway, and with no traffic,
Right.
you won't be trying to go back roads, cruise control, and you lose control of your bike. So
Right.
she's right about that.
Yeah. And then Finesse is getting a little excited over here. Get an Indian, preach.
I should test rode the big Indy. What was it? The road
I think they're the
Roadmaster.
Challenger.
Roadmaster.
Roadmaster.
Oh,
I
Roadmaster.
just rode
Okay.
that one in Americade, and I actually liked it, but I didn't know about some of the modes on it. What I did not like about it is I'm trying to pass a truck, and I'm in 6, 7 gear, and I go and I think the response wasn't good. And
Okay.
somebody told me, "Well, they didn't tell you about the modes. I could have put it in different modes, and it would have taken off." I like it a lot, but
Mhm.
I don't want to have to switch your bike into a specific mode to get the response I'm looking for.
Right. Yeah. No, I got you. Ryan Wrenchen says, need a nice radio too.
Oh,
No doubt.
Yeah,
Nice radio or a headset.
yeah, definitely.
Leland Carter said, this is one of the reasons why I got my Indian, about all the features that they got. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to the next question. So let's talk about what were some of the favorite places that you guys traveled before.
Oh my goodness. The lower 48.
4 times.
Yes.
I can tell you, and I think I can speak for Kate also. If she was sitting right here, she can speak for herself. One of our favorite areas would be southern Utah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, southern Utah because of the big 5 national parks, and they're so congested around each other is awe-inspiring. And the roads in each one of the parks are what we consider motorcycle roads, even though you can't really speed in because you're inside a national park. You want to ride the roads and actually see the park. I would say southern Utah is one of our favorite areas, and I would say Colorado in general, Cake,
Colorado.
and then the tri-state area. Oh my goodness,
Yes.
Tennessee, North Georgia, and North Carolina. That tri-state area where they that whole area. You know what I'm talking about? The Tail of Dragon area.
Oh
That
yeah.
is a motorcycle dream. A motorcycle.
Yep.
We had a video coming out. We never recorded about the best states to ride motorcycles in, and we have some criteria on that, and then we have criteria on specific motorcycle roads. So a lot of people would disagree with us, but let me give you an example. On the best motorcycle roads, be honest, Taylor Dragon would make it on our list. It would not make it on our list
Yep.
because of our criteria. Now, as a motorcycle road, I think it's an excellent motorcycle road. But when we actually do that video and talk about our top 5 or 10, I don't know, we're going to do motorcycle roads, and you listen to the criteria, you're going to say, okay, I remember him talking about that. That's why the Taylor Dragon didn't make it. I just don't want to get the criteria away yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, look,
No.
look. Black Hills,
And-
South Dakota.
Yep.
Bam.
Lee Sturgis.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, my favorite road is Iron Mountain Road
Yep.
in South Dakota.
That's one of our top ones. That
That's
whole
one of
area.
my favorite roads.
Yeah, I
get
need to make
see
it
the
out there
four
one
Big
day.
Eight people and Crazy Horse and Custard Needles. Yeah, but Iron Mountain is my favorite one.
Yes.
Yeah, I hear a lot about it.
And
Yeah.
there are some places I would suggest staying away from. Stakes down. If you're talking about motorcycle stake, there's some I would suggest staying away from because it will put you to sleep, man. And I know how you like to ride. You would go, man, why did I even come in this direction? I should have went around this state. But we had to go to some of those states in order to get our lower 48s anyway. Well, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, Ohio can put you to sleep sometimes,
No,
unless you're in Southern Ohio.
when we came to Ohio, we missed each other a couple of times. We had Joe
Yeah.
say, I'm over here. We supposed to go ride. The Windy Nine that I think Mr. Mustache and whoever else putting that together is a good area in Ohio to ride that area. We've seen a lot of good roads in Ohio, but it won't be one of the states we would suggest to avoid when it comes to motorcycles. Trust me,
Yeah,
not be one of them. I would say
Okay.
yes, go to Ohio, but we're gonna do that video. I don't know when.
All right.
yeah. 1011 Trucking says, what should taller people look for in terms of bikes? Do they come custom to a person's height or not?
We laughing. Cake, you want to tell her his nickname?
7'2".
That's why I said.
You're gonna need a custom bike for your legs.
I think it's just cut his ankles off. He should be okay.
No, leave him alone. But no, yeah, I saw what Riding and Ranching said to him, and that will be the best answer for him.
Okay.
You have to go and
Need-
sit on the bike and make the adjustments necessary to fit you.
Right. Then Ryan Wrenchen agreed with you, Cake, lower 48, and he wants to know if you guys ever ridden to Alaska.
Going this
In
year.
Alaska in July.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
We're riding with.
Slappy.
Cake, put the trip together. Go ahead, Cake. You was about to say something?
Yeah, we riding with Slappy Adventures and Two Wheel for Fun.
We know those two of the people that's going to actually have a YouTube channel. Tony Reno with Two Wheel for Fun actually live in California. Slappy Adventure live in Tennessee, and we're gonna meet up in a specific location. Cake and I are already gonna be on the road, so for us, it's gonna probably be about a 15,000-mile trip from where we plan on leaving to meet up with them in Alaska and then come back.
Right.
And I see Ryder Rich was talking about you going in 2025. But it's going to be a fantastic trip. We're preparing for it as we speak.
Well, yeah, that sounds like a good time. Now, have you guys ever rode outside of the country or just United States?
Now we've ridden to and through Canada.
Yes.
Okay.
We spent 2 weeks in Canada?
Yep. And just was blown away.
That was where Rich had to go back to the United States to get
Oh,
back
come
in.
down. It's funny. We went into Canada. We didn't want to go straight up because of the traffic, so we took a back way into Canada, and I was upset because we missed what they call Peace Arch Park. So we had to go back to Peace Arch Park, and I'm leading, and Cake see the sign and say, "Hey, you missing this turn?" I said, "No, I know where I'm going," and I wound up leaving, and I couldn't turn around, so I had to leave Canada, go into the United States, go all the way back down.
I
Oh
had
my
to wait
God.
about an hour for him. I haven't seen the whole park by the time he got back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was hot.
It was a fantastic trip. We spent 2 weeks there
Yeah.
visiting all the national parks, the wonders. I mean, there's one of the places, well, the area we was in, obviously, the Rocky Mountain area. One of the places where we was riding on the freeway and didn't mind. It was like, whoa, look at
Yeah,
this.
they were some big, good sweepers on the freeway.
We see things, we like this playing our look on a bike as we see things through a kid's eye.
Yeah.
When you first show a kid a new toy, go wow! For us, everything is like a new toy when we out there on the bike. You know, if I call one of my grandsons right now, I got a bottle of water, and I say, hey, you think you strong? Open this bottle of water. And they go, and I go, yeah. They go, wow! I open it. That's how we see things, and it's something we can't help. A lot of times when we're doing our vlogs, when we're on the road doing the vlogs, and we travel from city to city and seeing these stuff, we cut a lot of stuff out because we scream a lot. It'll be overmodulated, it'll clip like hey baby, you saw that, saw this, and it just man, the travel part of it just I'm getting excited now. My eyes starting to get big, you see things through a kid's eye. Everybody hate riding in cities, so do we. But when we come into that city and see that city skylight, no matter how many people
Ooh-wee.
type in, we're like, whoa, look at this.
Right.
It's us.
Hey, that's the only way to be too. Keeps everything exciting.
Yes.
So now we're going to move on to our next question, question number 7. So, as a husband and wife duo, what are the benefits of riding together, and is there any disadvantages of riding together?
I would say the advantage for me is when when I watch people watch her, because you got to admit it's a male dominated sports lifestyle, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
I get proud. Wow, she's doing her own thing. That's for me. That's an excitement to kids' eyes. The advantage is this. Excuse me for a second. The advantage is this: because we go out together and we're on separate bikes, and if something should happen to one of us, our kids not losing both parents at the same time. That's the advantage. Because we're on separate bikes. And I'm saying that because we all know this is inherently dangerous to be on two wheels. And anything can happen at any time. We was on the same bike. Imagine us getting in an accident and both of us perish at the same time. And our family lost both of us at the same time.
Right. Yeah, I never thought about that way. Cake, can you think of any disadvantages of being stuck with Rich on the road all the time?
Oh man, let me see how many times I want to throw him off the cliff when we out there. Nah, it's wonderful being with him because it's a challenge. Because when I see him doing something, I could do it too. Because girls can do it better. That's
Yep.
how it is for me with him. So when y'all see him out there and he's zooping and whooping and turning, I'm zooping and whooping and turning too. So, but being with him, it makes our relationship a lot stronger.
Mm.
'Cause we know each other so well. We're always together. So,
Can you
you
guys
know,
still
that
hear me?
circle could never be broken.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah,
we
we can hear you.
can hear
I need some more water. What you said about the relationship strong and all that stuff?
For nothing, baby.
I'm gonna pay you later for that, okay? I got money, right? I got a nickel in my pocket. Hold on, let me some water.
So yeah, so we're doing, and doing everything together, and like we started off when we first got together. So we're still doing that. It's not
Right.
what you want. See,
Now, do you guys ever just go out on long trips by yourselves, just separate, just to
no,
change it up? No,
no.
never.
Funny you asked that. We talked about that before. 'Cause we talked about people going out on a long trip by themselves, and I said I have no problem doing that. And my thing is, I really don't want to do it. I really love being with her, love having that conversation, love being together on a bike. But as far as me doing it alone, I have no problem doing it. I just have no desire right now to do it. Because people say, well, you never know how you're going to do. You won't be able to find yourself until you have that freedom of going out. Brother, I was in the Navy. And when you're out on that ship and dark, out on the deck by yourself, you find yourself. Well, Navy, right around, you know what I'm talking about. I know you Army, but you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
It is you can find yourself in different ways. Now, I do understand what people say when they do that, because some things you just gotta go out and do it. But I have no desire to do it. If I have to do it, if I say, baby, let's go to da 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 da, and she say, Nah, go by yourself. I'm going. I'll go. Mwah. See you later. We'll see you when I get back. I have no desire to do it.
Right. Yeah. So, my dad, he says, sounds like they're. He probably meant to say made for each other instead of mad for each other. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
we are mad for each
y'all want to see
other.
a picture when
Madly
we
in
met?
love.
Hey, Joe, I'm going to show you something. A picture of how old she was when I met her. Watch.
You
Okay.
know what? And don't forget to show yours too while you showing pictures.
Uh-oh. Karen says
Okay,
she loves
everybody.
riding
This
alongside
is
her
the age
husband.
we met.
Oh. Cake, is that you?
That's
her.
me.
And here I am. Oh, the picture just broke.
You done broke my picture frame.
Uh-oh.
Yep. And here's me.
Oh, man.
That's how long we've been together.
Hey, I don't see any difference in those pictures. Have you guys aged yet? Or, I mean, what's going on? 1011 Trucking says, and you're both super competitive.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. She knows us well. That's why I say, love the fact that they came on. They seen the thing they did was come on with. They know us very, very well.
Right.
That's awesome. Yeah, SS
Yep,
Goldwing
Navy,
says
volunteer yourself.
SS Goldwing says thank you for your service. Miss Jenny's got to get out of here. Thanks for joining, Miss Jenny. Always good to see you. Ryan Wrenching says never again volunteer yourself.
Yep, that's the Navy acronym.
Oh, geez. Okay. So I already asked Cake, but Rich, was there any disadvantages that you could think of riding together?
Woo. Yeah, I gotta be here with her tonight when we get off this show. Why would you even ask me that? Yeah, I guess the disadvantage would be where we disagree because we in each other's ear. Well, I'm gonna just turn my thing off. Boop. We done
Yeah, I
turned
do
it
that.
off before several times, and then there was a time where hers actually died completely. She can hear me, but she cannot talk. So she got to listen to me talk all day for what, 2-3 days?
Yeah.
Microphone
Yeah,
went bad.
new one.
Oh,
And we ordered a microphone and had it delivered to
Cycle gear.
Cycle Gear, a couple of states over by the time we got there. And then when she back on, then we get to talk. But as far as the disadvantage, I can't think of none right now. I mean, you would think, okay, you see each other all day, every day. You guys been on the road. I think our longest trip was 4.5 months. No, 4 months even. You got to be tired of each other. There's this thing called, and I'm not trying to make it sentimental or nothing. There's this thing called soulmates. There'll be some disagreements, but tired of each other? No. I'm gonna come wipe your tears later, baby. You better start crying.
I think you just earned some brownie points there, or she didn't seem too impressed. It sounds like she's heard that before.
Okay. Listen.
Okay.
Karen says those pictures are adorable.
Yeah.
11 says good answer. Okay. All right. So now let's go ahead and move into our next question. So I've been watching your guys' channel for a while now. And so what are some of the ways that you can save money while you're traveling on your motorcycle? Because your guys' motto is I love free.
Free.
So you
You
guessed
buy
it.
one, get one free. Free.
That's one of the ways.
Yeah.
We love camping. You was talking about that on your last take with Kevin Tall. We love camping. We're doing it all our life. Since we were little.
Since we were younger.
We've done a video on how to find free camping, and I put some pictures up there, and people think, well, who's those kids? Those kids are us. We've been outdoorsmen forever, love camping. When we came to California, we were two of the youngest, not the youngest, actually, yeah, we were the youngest people that was teaching wilderness survival. I don't know what they call it now. They call it outback or something. Wilderness survival. We always been into it, always done it. So we always knew about U.S. National Forest because that's where we've done a lot of our trips and our excavations in the U.S. National Forest. So when we got on the motorcycles, we just say, let's just transfer that to motorcycles. Everywhere we go, we try to camp free. Um, she booked all our hotels, and obviously, if we have enough points, you get a free night at hotels and stuff like that. And if our family going anywhere, we'll say, hey, have you booked your hotel yet? And Cake said, let me book it for her, so we get the points if they don't have their own points. So we use family and friends, and we can book their hotels also. And for as entertainment, free museums, national park free days, state parks have their free days. We look for anything free that we can do. When we were with the Goldwing Road Rider Association, we were the chapter directors. It's like a president in the club. We're the president of the club, chapter directors. And when we done our website out here in the Bay Area in Northern California, I list the whole thing, a gang of things that's free throughout the area that we can go to. And a lot of people didn't know about these things. So when we decided to go places, we say, okay, what is there to see on the way that's free? Obviously, free museum, where we stay, how we can save money on lodging, free. If you eat at simple spots, let's say simple spots like Denny's, and it's your birthday, free.
Free.
Anything you can do free. And we don't hesitate. You know, we're both from New Orleans, Louisiana. And when we graduated, obviously our class spread out throughout the United States. We don't hesitate to call our friends and family, say we're going to be in your area, especially we haven't seen them in a long time. We need a place to lay our head, get our room ready, things like that. And for us,
As long as they don't have cats.
right, she don't do cats.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're allergic to cats.
Yeah.
And it's been amazing with the YouTube channel for us, how many people offered to us to spend a night by their house don't really know us except through the channel. I mean, that's been a blessing for us. Everywhere we go, sometimes somebody will say, like, what's the name? Rich Kake. What's the name of his channel? Have Motor Will
Have
Travel.
motor will travel.
He said, man, if I knew you guys were coming in, you could have spent a night by my house. Well, we say, well, we knew it was coming through. We didn't know it was going to stop. So we stopped, we just called them, say, hey, we're at this hotel. I mean, things like that you just got to reach out to people. The worst they could do is say, I don't have space. Then I would say, okay, let's meet somewhere for lunch. You know,
So we just go that way.
and then what happens when we finally set our budget, we try to roll one budget month over to the next, or week after week and all that stuff. We finally set our budget. If we don't exceed our budget for that particular trip, we actually have a separate bank account for the next trip. Instead of just saying, okay, we came home with $1,000, let's go out and fun. No, you put that $1,000 for the next trip. Anything I missed, Kate?
No, that was it.
Yeah, and then you guys have a video on your channel about how
Right.
ways you can save money and stuff and all the free camping areas. So if you guys are into traveling on a motorcycle and want to save some money, their channel's the one to tune into because they got some good stuff on there.
Actually made that video on this couch too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Harley Girl says, hey there, everybody.
What's
So
up,
glad I
Harley?
made it. Late, I know. It's all right. At least you made it. We got the replay that you can always watch.
There you go. And don't forget to hit that like button, people.
Yeah, if you're
I
watching
see
this
you
and you
lit
like
up.
it, appreciate that 1011 trucking. You got Gerald Murray, he frequent flyer over here. Good, always good to see him. Okay, so now let's go ahead and move on to question number 9. Tell us one of the most memorable experiences you guys have had on a motorcycle.
The most memorable experience we had I had on the motorcycle was when the bear in Florida came to our campsite.
That wasn't exactly on the bike, but yeah, that was. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at that emotion. Yeah.
Yeah, so dive into that a little bit. So you guys are out camping.
We were camping in Florida and we saw the big sign, so it was our fault, say bear activity in the area.
Mm.
So I'm like, Florida don't have no bears.
Yeah,
So
we from California,
as we-
bear country.
Yeah.
I don't have
As
no
soon as
bear.
we set up and was getting ready to go to the store, I look over, I say, Rich, that bear is by our tent. It was by Patches. No, it ain't no bear, but I said, yes, it is. Watch, it's under the bed. So the bear came. I said, there it is. Let's go. So we left, and it terrorized the campsite that whole week that we were there. But the last week we was there, I was cooking inside, cooking, and something shook the tent. And I said, you mean to tell me somebody walking that close to, because the campsite was packed, walking that close and they done, we have a video,
Easy up.
but, and it shook the tent. I said, damn, what they doing? So now all of a sudden the bear came around and I said, Rich, bear.
Yep.
He's sitting in the chair and he could tell you what he did from there.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
he's having grilled chicken, peas, and mashed potatoes. And she bought boxed mashed potatoes, which I'm not crazy over. And I was reading the box. I said, baby, I don't want this no more. When she said bear, I looked up. The bear was coming through the ripping down the thing. And I go, oh, and the mashed potatoes go in the air. I flip over backwards, go under the tent. It was easy up with the thing under that, hit this concrete thing on into these roots of the trees that was in there. And I'm telling Kate, get out of the tent, get out of the tent. She runs back into the tent. And I'm on the outside. You know what they say you're supposed to do when you see bears, be tall and make noise. I'm on the outside going, ah! Ah! That bear look at me, man. That bear look at me, man, please. But it was funny because it actually was a cub. But
Yeah,
when
it
you
was
see
a
a big
cub.
head coming through the thing, cub my butt. And it goes on. Now, we carry bear spray. We carry bear spray. But the bear spray was in a tent. Ain't gonna do you no good if it's in the tent. That
That's what I
was
was going to get, the bear spray.
yeah, I would agree with you, Kate. That's one of the most memorable. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. You're probably crapping your pants the whole time too.
I was good. I was good. She was done for the rest of the night.
I
She
sure
walked
was.
around like this with
My
a
nerves was
phone
bad.
light. She had a phone light walking around like this the rest of the night. So now I'm eating because we had some Pop'ems. They got the bear lockers where we had the food in, and we got our cooler. We had milk in there, cold milk. And I'm eating the Pop'ems, and I'm like, Cake, you want some of these? And she's not answering me. I'm like, Cake. And she goes, what? And I say, calm down. And the rest of the night, I kid you not, I'm in the store right. Yes, she was harking. The rest of the night, she lying in the tent like this.
Now you're not telling the truth.
Yes, you were. You
You
were
are not
done.
telling the
You
truth.
were done. And
That
that
part,
bear terrorized the whole
uh,
campground all night.
disregard that last part.
It's not no
Oh,
telling
man.
truth.
That is
that's-
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's
Yeah,
the
Harley
most
Girl says,
memorable.
remember.
Yeah. And check this out. We were supposed to meet with what's his name, Kate? Got the Goldwing that rode up to Orlando with us. Ghost Rider Goldwing.
Ghost Rider.
We sent a ride to go to the Florida Keys with him and a couple other people. And doing the bear thing, he called on the phone. And I'm kind
Yeah.
of like, I have to get back to you.
Oh man.
So I finally called him back. Said, man, hey man, we just had a bear come to our tent and all of that. I'll call you tomorrow when we calm down. We set things up. So he saw the video. He said, man, I thought you guys were kidding. No, we wasn't kidding. A bear came in the tent.
Man, that's wild. Two Wheel for Fun says hello,
What's up,
Joe,
Tony?
Cake, and Rich.
Hello.
How you doing, Two Wheels?
What up, peep?
I should go get my 2 for fun hat. I wear his hat everywhere I go.
Harley Girl says we have bears here now. I only sleep in the camper. Where are you from?
When we come
Harley
back to
Girl?
Canada, you trust me, we get in the hotel.
Jeez.
Yes.
All right, then we'll go ahead and move on into our last question. Then we'll move into the giveaway, and then stick around for some Q&A if you guys have time.
Okay. So
It's
she's
early
in
on, let's
Ontario, Canada. Yeah,
Okay. So this kind of feeds in from the last question. What's one of the worst experience you've had? We'll go with riding a motorcycle now.
Okay. Yeah, I got one of those.
Okay. I think everybody does it.
Okay. We just finished camping with a $10 camp spot, baby. Arkansas or Missouri? We just finished
Oh,
camping.
yeah. That
Left
was,
early in the morning. It's raining. Roads are slick. I got patches hooked behind me. And Cake riding tail gunner, right? And all I feel is a big boom. So I'm thinking, did a car go around her and hit rear end me? And she's saying, Rich, your bike is on fire. Flames.
Parts.
And the bike's, and I'm kind of going like this. I said, well, got to control this bike. I had a mindset to go, I need to control the bike. And what happened was, we just bought the patches that year. I had no idea how to do nothing, any of this stuff. I didn't expect it. The
Let me
couple,
interrupt you 1 second. 1 second. For the people that don't know, Patches is their pull behind trailer
Right.
that pops into a tent. Sorry, I
Right.
just wanted to get
Right.
that out there.
yeah, good, because I sure wasn't going to explain it. And the ball and the coupler separated. And when I had the safety chain on, that was the big boom, bam, and it hit me. And then when it dug into the ground, that's where the sparks was coming from. She said, "Your bike's smoking, it's sparking." And I had a mindset that I need to calm down because I don't know what's going on. And then I finally understood. Okay, it must have came loose. So we're on this back road. The only thing we could hear is crickets, cricket, and it's still raining. I'm like, you got to be kidding! I turn the thing over, it's ate up, it's chewed up. So I'm thinking, well, we can't go nowhere. We got to find a new coupler. So finally get it hooked back up. We're riding, and I'm gonna tell you why it was one of the worst experiences. We're riding, and I have to ride slow because I don't want it to happen again. Fortunately, we found another one. Everything was okay. But here's why it was one of the worst experiences. I've been down on a bike several times before. When we were in Florida for the world record poker run, we riding down the street. A truck's coming up. A car come on the side, and the car's coming directly toward me. I'm like, he don't see me. I'm flashing the light, blowing the horn and everything. And I'm thinking, this guy gonna hit me because he's not gonna make it up this hill. This car don't have enough power to make it up the hill. Trust me, I'm getting something. And I said, the only thing I need to do now is go into this ditch, this grass, and jump off the bike. That wasn't as scary as the trailer coming off. Reason is, I had control of that. I knew exactly what I was gonna do. When the trailer came off, there was no control. That was scary, and that was one of the most that kind of like, okay, now what's going on? I had no control over it. When one of the times I went down on a bike, I had control over why I went down because I was just doing stupid things. That's when you have no control over something. That was probably to answer the question. The trailer coming off was horrible. Of course, we found a new one, and it was perfect fit, and we went on with
And
our life.
it was scary for me because the only thing I could think of was my husband is burning up on his motorcycle because I didn't see him. All I saw was the sparks coming up
Wow.
from the bike. So I'm like, oh my God. And the next house was probably 5 miles back.
Yeah.
So it was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna do it, but I know I need to do something. And once I saw him stop and get off the bike, I was relieved because I saw him walking. Other than that, all I saw was sparks.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, how much different is riding with that trailer on the back compared to nothing on the back? Is it pretty big difference?
Yes, you notice it with Goldwings. Goldwings are very powerful. They can pull anything. And there's a lie. Let me just put it like that. Just be honest. That Goldwing riders say, "Oh, you don't feel it back there. You feel it. You just adjust to it. You get used to it. Depending on how much stuff you put in there, how much you weigh. When you're making your turns, you feel it want to straighten the bike back up. You feel all those things. You just adjust to it and get used to it. Since we've been home, as long as we've been home now, once I put it back on, of course, I'm just riding around my neighborhood just to get back used to it. Have to brake a lot early. I would equate it to riding in the rain or a first time riding with a passenger. You got to brake early. You're coming downhill, it's going to push you. Even if you have electronic brakes on, it's going to push you. You're going to notice all these things. And a lot of people say, I don't even feel it back there. The dumbest thing I've heard, absolutely dumbest thing I've heard, and it comes from a wing rider, is, oh, you just forget it's back there. If you forget it's back there, that means you're not looking in your mirrors enough.
Yeah.
You're not looking in your mirrors enough.
Right.
Something's wrong. You don't forget it's back there. And you know, we love our bikes, and I take pride in it, and I understand everybody take pride in their bike to say this bike is this bike is that. But come on, people, the thing by itself empty is 300 pounds. So you putting weight in it. How you gonna forget it? Oh, I can ride like I ride it without it. Now, yes, I've gotten used to it. Now we've ridden some serious twisties with it. We rode, what was it in
Big
Georgia?
trail.
We go to Pig Trail with it, and Iron Mountain. Not Iron Mountain. You know the one I'm talking about.
Blood Mountain.
Blood Mountain. Yes.
Yeah.
You feel it.
Yeah. Wow. That's still a crazy story. I know you can back that thing up pretty well though, because while you're out on your last Bikecation,
Don't believe everything you see on the video. Sometimes,
hey, it looked pretty good to me.
Kate could turn that camera on late.
Yeah.
she'll say, wait, I got to no. Sometimes we done it one time where I was backing it. I thought I had it because I practiced before we left. I believe in practice on every aspect of motorcycling, every aspect. I practiced before we left. When we got on the road, I realized I didn't practice enough. One time I backed it up, jackknife, turn it over with jackknife. The third or fourth time, I just got off the bike, unhooked it, and pushed it back.
Right. Yeah. I'm sure it's light enough to do that, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So my dad said, I remember that stop sign I missed. I bet you do too. We were coming back from Mike's pro rider course from Columbus, and my dad rode his trike, and we probably weren't on the road for maybe 15, 20 minutes. We pulled off to take a quick break, and then we go to get back on the freeway. There's a stop sign, and he's in front of me. He blows through it, not knowing that there was a stop sign there, and I stopped, and there was a car coming, like literally right after he went through there. So that was pretty scary. He got lucky there.
Right.
Pretty insane. Belleville Vikers here. Hey, Joe. Lee Sturgis. Glad the two of you are here to laugh about the bad rides. Yeah, no doubt.
Yes.
Thankfully.
Thanks.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and move on into the giveaway. And then after that, we'll bring Rich and Kake back in for some Q&A if somebody's got some questions. So right now, if you want to enter the giveaway, type in #Eagle into the live chat. And while you're doing that, since this stream is sponsored by Eagle Lights, we have a quick message from Eagle Lights.
How does Eagle Lights sell safety?
Yeah, we sell lights and safety. We sell plug and play, high grade, high performance lighting for Harley Davidson and Indian motorcycles. At least 3 times brighter than the stock headlight.
Let's go to the back of the bike now and talk taillights.
So we have a bunch of different styles. This one's going to be one of our most popular. It's a strobing taillight. What ends up happening is when you hit the brake, it's going to strobe 3 times to let the people behind you know that you're there.
Harley folks love to customize their bikes. They love different looks. How do you cover all that when it comes to the turn signals and the running lights?
So we have a bunch of different styles. These ones feature full running lights, all 48 LEDs. They light up white, and then they'll also color changes automatically to amber. So you don't actually have to do anything. It's all built into it. Harley and Indian's our main specialty, but we carry stuff from Honda, Triumph, you name it. We have a lot of lights for it.
I know you're concerned with delivering a high quality light that's easy to install. What if there's an issue? What kind of warranty do you offer?
Any of our lights, it's a lifetime warranty. As long as you own it, we'll take care of you.
Can't get any better than that. These lights are super high quality, way better than the OEM lights. They're going to help you be seen, and they're going to help you see out there on the road. Check them out at eaglelights.com.
All right, there you have it. A huge shout out to Eagle Lights for doing this giveaway. Just want to note, if you don't win, you can always go ahead and use my promo code, Jogo Motorcycle Adventures, and you'll get 15% off your entire order. These lights are awesome. I have the turn signals on my bike. I've had the headlight on my bike. Lifetime warranty. Can't beat it. Okay, so it looks like we have a lot of #Eagle Lights in there. So we're going to roll it in about 3 seconds. So we're going to do a little drum roll. And the winner is Dad Go. Let's give a little round of applause. Well, he deserves it. He's been coming to these every single live stream, and he hasn't won. So he can throw him on his trike that he's got there. All right. So congrats to him. It makes it easy. I don't have to ship them. So now, if for the rest of you guys hanging out in the chat, if you have any questions for Rich or Kake, just leave them down there in the chat. Everybody's saying congrats. Aaron, congrats. I'm sure he'll love them. Okay. Doesn't look like there's a... Oh, here we go. They're coming in now. Boots and Jeans Riders. What's your next trip? Wow, look at that. Wow. So, all right, so Boots and Jeans Riders wants to know when Boots and Jeans Riders next trip's gonna happen.
I say, I'll wait till you see that. Wait till you see that one. Okay, Tony. 2 wheel for fun. Yeah, brother, you know we going on that for sure. Shizzo. Oh yeah.
Say, what is a ride?
Yeah, so we're going to Alaska. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Tony.
What is a ride? When they say, what is a ride we would like to do that we haven't done yet?
I know what you're gonna say, Kake. About the bridge.
Huh?
About the bridge.
The bridge?
Yes. Okay, let me answer it for him, okay?
Go ahead.
When they build that bridge to Hawaii.
Yes.
That's the
we
ride
haven't done that yet. So when they finish building that bridge to Hawaii, that's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
But no, on a serious note.
Every time she say that, somebody say, "Oh, they building a bridge to Hawaii?"
You almost had me for a second. I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess they're building a bridge.
When are you coming?
I would like to do that I haven't done yet is ride the entire Canada from one end to the other. But we've been to part of it.
Next question: when are you coming to Niagara Falls again? Don't know, but we definitely gonna be. That's one of our favorite spots.
Right.
Harley girl.
But that's what I want to do. We haven't done that.
Yeah, actually, that was our plan coming back from Alaska, but we kind of changed that. But we're probably gonna play that one by ear when we leave Alaska, depending on which way the rest of the group go. We may come all the way across Canada, come back down into New York, Niagara Falls. So there you go, Harley girl. That may be the answer.
Okay.
Will the two of you be in Columbus? Is that Columbus, Ohio?
Yeah, Robert's coming to Columbus to do that practice session.
Oh, when are you going to be there?
12th, March 12th.
I missed that one. When he's going to be there?
March the 12th? No.
Okay.
When is it?
March 12th.
Oh no, I know we ain't gonna make that.
No.
Hey, if you guys leave now, you could probably make it.
Oh. Okay, Lee Sturgis. Do you prefer the back of the dragon or the tail? No doubt back.
Yes.
We really like the tail. We've ridden the tail 3, maybe 4 times. We really like it. The last time we did a ride to tail the dragon when we was meeting with Motor Ramblings, we just told them, hey man, we've been on that already. Take us somewhere else. So we went Cherry-Hale. That was the time we met you, Joe.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we actually finally got a chance to ride the back of the dragon this year, and it was it's a must ride. Just put it like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to add that to mine because I haven't done the back of the dragon.
Yeah, that's a must ride. We just got fortunate. We got a chance to ride it in the fall, so it just blew us away.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes. We had a video.
Do you recommend buying all here at the same time or piece by piece? Mm-hmm. I would say if you're new to riding, helmet, jacket, pants, boot, gloves, same time. If you're talking about new gear, piece by piece.
Right.
Yeah, or if you don't have the bike yet, you can buy it piece by piece.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right. Yeah, that's the best way to do it because I mean, you add up everything, man. It's expensive. I mean,
it's an expensive sport. So
yeah, it's like I don't know. A lot of people know taking off as divers, and we was gonna be dive instructors, and that is very, very expensive. One of the things with kind of like motorcycle, you want to get your own gear, and obviously divers you can rent a lot. If we decide not to rent gear, we start buying our own, which is good because it makes you want to go out and use that gear. So, like Joe said, it's expensive. If you get it, do not let it sit in the garage. Come out of those bikes.
Yeah.
Yep.
What else we got here?
Air rides, what that mean?
Air ride suspension, I believe. My dad's asking if you guys got air ride suspension on your bike. I don't
I do.
believe you do. You do?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Now, is that something that you added or that came?
No, it came with it. Well, depending on what you're talking about, air ride. I don't have it on the front, but my back, I can adjust it no matter what.
Okay.
When I know for sure I'm going riding corners and twisties and technical turn, I put it up high as if I'm riding a passenger. If I'm
Or
just
if I'm on the back.
riding, I put it down low. But yeah,
Okay.
we had a time. Let me tell this right quick before we get off. I don't know how long you want to stay on, Joe.
I-
We had a ride, and we call California a motorcycle state. We brag about it. It is you less than a half hour from super fantastic roads, and that's throughout the entire state, not in the area. But we had a ride. We went with a group. I think maybe our second time riding with that group, and the leader had his son number 2. I was number 3. Kake was behind me, and then whatever was. So we riding some serious twisties, and we know where we were going. And when you're riding the twisties, you want space. Because I don't want to come around the corner, somebody down, and I have no time to maneuver around it. So what happened on this ride, the guy was kind of arrogant. But I'm going to give you the end. He done this at the end. But here's what happened. We get to the top of the area where we start putting on our heating gear because we're about to go down the ocean. It was a winter ride. We're about to go down to the ocean. It's going to be cold. So I was saying, man, that was a great road. That was a great road. You guys were way up there, and it was fun seeing it, because when you record, you want to see everybody. And he goes, wait a minute. It's not what he said, Joe. It's how he said it. He said, wait a minute. Don't try to keep up with us now. Do your own, ride your own ride. And I kind of, I like to think of myself as a let's not say experience, as a seasoned rider. And I was like, wait a minute, you don't even know me. And I said, Kake, when we leave, give me a lot of room. So he takes off. Vroom. His son takes off, vroom, and I'm waiting. And everybody behind me like, bah, 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 blowing their horn. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm giving him some room. And we going down to the ocean. I mean, just rolling. And I wait, and I wait, and I wait. And I say, okay, give me a lot of room. And I go, vroom. About 10 minutes in the ride, I caught up to him and almost could pass him. Because I know how to read. I ain't gonna say I'm an expert, but I know how to read curves. I know how to read light poles, these things,
Right.
corners. I know how to read everything, chevrons on. And I'm reading the patterns. And I caught up with him. I almost passed him, but I chose not to. We finally get to the final stop for lunch. And the guy came up, he said, man, I ain't never seen nobody ride no Goldwing like that. He actually said, I was trying to lose you. I like, this guy's on my butt. I was trying. And I said, man, I want to give you room because I didn't want to crash into you. He said, man, I never seen that. Good thing where I gave him his props is he stayed in front of everybody. He said, this cat, he could ride. And I was like, oh, no. But in the back of my mind, I was saying, yeah, that's what I thought. My ride came out. That's the big story on that.
Yeah, you can't judge a cover or a book by its cover. I mean, some of the best riders you wouldn't even suspect. So,
and there's no way I'm trying to be better than anybody. I'm just trying to be the best I can be.
right.
And that's going to take a lot because I don't believe in perfect. When we do our parking lot practice courses, I always tell people, I don't record a lot of them. I always tell people, practice doesn't make you perfect. Practice brings progress. As long as you continue to progress, you should continue to practice. That's my storyline on that. Practice
Right.
brings progress.
Yeah, because you guys go out to the parking lot. I've seen some of the videos where you record it. You'll have your own little practice session, and half the time you're off the bike, just telling people what to do. And
It's hard for me because one of the guys who came to our practice session, he wanted to record everything. It's hard for me to record because I talk and I'm going and I'm doing it with everybody, and I run repetition over and over and over and over again. And we run more right turns than anything, sharp right turns than anything else. And so, Kate, remember when we used to practice behind cycle gear? What's better place to practice than behind a motorcycle place? Cycle gear. And we had other people actually record the sessions. This was before we started our YouTube channel. It was like 2015 or something like that. And so she
Mm.
said, well, just set the camera in, go and do this, do that. I said, okay. But our parking lot is so big that for the one that we actually use, I set the courses up at a distance to have people have a place to go ride to. And I said, okay, do it, run a lap, and then meet me down at this spot. So she suggested we just condense it down so we could just walk from spot to spot. We don't have any of them coming up this way. We canceled all the classes because we was expected to be on the road by now. So, it is what it is.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. All right. Well, it looks like the chat's slowing down a little bit. So I so before you guys go, let everybody know where they can find you, all your social medias, and I also want to thank you guys for coming on to the stream. It was awesome time. Great talking with you guys, like actually sitting down and talking, because last time I actually talked to you guys was a little over a year ago. So it's
Right.
good to hear from you guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
basically, obviously you.
tell, babe, go ahead. Tell him, tell him, tell him, tell him.
Oh, look at you.
Oh,
Basically,
it
Booster G
was horrible. We need a do-over.
channel. We actually have a Facebook, also Booster G Riders, and Instagram. Booster G Riders. That's all. We don't have TikTok or Discord or any other thing like that. And that's where you can find us. One of the things we talk about is best roads outside of California you ever experienced. I just seen. I'm gonna answer that after I finish this because that's one more
Okay.
point. Is in our house, especially when it comes to Instagram, we have horrible reception in our house. So if we put something up, it kind of takes a while to answer. That's the reason why. Far as texting, we could do texting and stuff like that. But if you call us and leave a message, it's kind of hard for us to get back to you because we have to go elsewhere. And basically, that's it. To answer that question real quick, well, 2F Fun was the best road outside of California that you have experienced. I would say a combination of roads with an S, and uh, it'll be a lot of national parks, but it would be the tri-state area, just where you just finished come from, Tony, tri-state area, North Carolina, Georgia, um, what's the other one, Tennessee. But we rode Virginia and excellent roads, Virginia, excellent roads all over the place. I don't
Right. Yeah.
that area.
All right, you two. I really appreciate you guys coming on. We'll be in touch. We'll link up this year at some point. We'll make it work, and we'll get you guys a do-over so that way
I
both you
think
guys
I
are
think
well again.
I think the pleasure was all ours, man. We definitely appreciated inviting us. It's an honor to be here and
No
just
problem.
having fun, just sitting down and talking. Nick obviously wasn't riding today. And you saw the picture
Right.
I sent you from yesterday. It looked a lot better today because I was gonna sit there and shade some.
Yeah. All right.
Hey,
Yeah,
we
to
definitely appreciate it and definitely appreciate
to
everybody.
answer one, the 10-11 trucking, yes, we do find wind is a problem with motorcycles because it'll actually move the bike.
About trucks.
Yeah, say they face
Oh yeah.
more wind. One of the biggest challenge we face is as truckers, because they're truck drivers, is the wind. Do you face the same problems on a motorcycle?
Oh yes.
Yeah, because when we're leaning right and you're trying to go left, that's a problem.
Hey, Kate, when we get off here,
Right.
call them or talk to them because we supposed
Yeah.
to do that interview with Willie and them. They truckers. We gonna do an interview with them, with truckers and motorcycles. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you.
Hey, brother. See you when
All
we
right.
see you.
Yeah. We'll see you.
All right.
All right,
Okay.
guys, if you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and check out this video right here and see my last conversation with Traveling Tall. As always, this is Jogo with Jogo Motorcycle Adventures. And until next time, ride on.